Hello, Fairless. Welcome to the 2015 Hall of Honor inductee ceremony.
Let's take a look at this year's inductees.
Our first inductee is Dr. Claudia DiSabatino-Smith. Dr. Claudia DiSabatino-Smith is a 1969 graduate of Fairless High School. After high school, she decided she wanted to become a nurse, and in June of 1972, she graduated from Mercy School of Nursing. In September 1972, she married Randall W. Smith and moved to Portsmouth, Ohio. She then worked at Mercy Hospital with medical patients and within a year was promoted to Director of Medical Unit. In 1980, she was publicly elected to the Lee College Board of Regents. And 6 years later, she was re-elected to the board. Dr. Smith went back to school and earned her bachelor's degree in nursing from the University of Texas Medical Branch in Galveston, Texas. But she didn't stop there. She went on to earn both her master's and doctorate degrees. In 2001, Dr. Smith spoke at her first professional presentation in San Jose, California. She became highly involved in researching her field, and from 2004 to present, she has published over 15 journal articles and presented her findings all over the world. Today, Dr. Smith is co-chair of the American Nurses Association Delirium Work Group. She considers this to be her greatest accomplishment so far.
Our second inductee is Mr. Fritz Leeman, 1959 graduate of Fairless High School and the CEO of the Brewster Dairy. In high school, Fritz participated in the band and also wrestled. Outside of high school, he was running a farm. After high school, Fritz's father managed a plant for another company, so he grew up always involved. And then in 1965, that's when the Leeman legacy began.
In 1965, when we purchased it, my father purchased it, and then I got heavily involved. And I went to dairy school in Wisconsin, but you kind of learned from running the whole thing. In those days, you did everything. You made the cheese, and then you fixed things in the evening when you had done.
Right.
Now it's quite different because it's gotten so large. And it was kind of fun doing it the old way. When I started there, we were making 5,000 pounds of cheese a day. Today, we make about 250,000 pounds a day. We have 3 plants. We have a wonderful group of people that work for us. We have great management. I think we have very good employees. And they all strive to produce the product that everybody wants. And that's why we've grown.
Right.
You only grow because you do a good job. So.
Right. Where are the 3 plants at?
One in Ohio here, which you know, and there's one over in Stockton, Illinois, which is in the northwestern corner of Illinois. And then there is one in Idaho, in the southeastern part of Idaho. And we make Swiss cheese in Illinois and Ohio, and then out in Idaho we make cheese for Cheez-Its for the crackers.
Huh.
So that's our large, we do some other things there, but the biggest product is the cheese we make for Cheez-Its.
What's your advice to a student who wants to be successful in life in general?
Number 1 is get a very good education, decide what you want to do in life, and don't look at what it pays, or if you enjoy it, do what you want to do. I mean, that's the only way you're going to get anywhere, but you're going to have to work for it. I mean, we had to work hard back in the 60s, 70s, and then we finally got over the hump and things gotten better. So, but you have to really work to where you want to go. It's the only way to get in. I think everybody knows that, though. And we're seeing a lot of younger people that don't have that drive that they used to have. So I think we need to get that back.
Is the Leeman legacy going to continue?
We hope so. We don't know that. I have 2 or 3 that are very interested. The second oldest one, grandchild, just graduated from college, and she claims she wants to get involved, and the oldest grandson wants to get involved, but they're still in school. I mean, Catsy is done with college. She graduated from Auburn last spring, and she gets to play till January. I told her she could play for the next 6 months. So she is doing that. And we'll see if they want to get involved, I have a son that's involved. We do a lot on futures market, if you understand what that is, where you go out and lock in a price for so long, like you lock in your gas price for a year or 2 years. We do that on a lot of milk and a lot of cheese for different customers. So he's in charge of doing that. Then I have another son that works in the packaging department, but nobody really wants to, that I can see step up and run it. They like working there, but they don't want all the headaches of running the whole place.
Right.
So.
All right. We just want to congratulate the Brewster Dairy on 50 years.
Our final inductee is Mr. Jesse Zumbro, a 2004 graduate of R.G. Drake and a former Marine for the U.S. military. Mr. Zumbro attended Fairless his first 2 years of high school, but then went on to R.G. Drake his junior and senior years to pursue courses in business.
I attended Drake, and they had a lot of extracurriculars at Drake, a lot of fun stuff to do. He got to go to Columbus. He was in business classes. His whole life was Drake, and it really paid off because a lot of the things that he learned at Drake, he followed through straight through the military and straight into his businesses now.
After high school, he joined the U.S. Marine Corps. By the following December, Mr. Zumbro was serving our country at the White House under the second Bush administration. In addition, he was selected to serve at Camp David in February of 2006.
My son went with him everywhere, and once again carried 6 guns beside the president. They went to church, they went to the Evergreen Chapel, Camp David, lots of visits to Camp David. They went mountain biking together. We were in the Oval Office with the president, hanging out, and it don't get any better than that.
On his 21st birthday, Mr. Zumbro left his post at Camp David to accept a very dangerous assignment in the Middle East. Also, during his time in Iraq, Mr. Zumbro organized a drive in the Fairless district for the children in Iraq. He was able to disperse over 200,000 gallons of water and 75 boxes of clothes. After fulfilling his duty in Iraq, Mr. Zumbro was stationed in Afghanistan, where he served on the front lines and in the mountains of the war in Afghanistan in missions that are top secret and still labeled classified. Upon returning to the States, he attended the U.S. Army Non-Commissioned Officers Academy in Fort Knox, Kentucky, and graduated at the top of his class. Today, Jesse has fulfilled his active duty commitment to the military and has become a businessman. According to his mom, he's an outstanding husband, father, and citizen.